This isn't about giving up. A situation like this, giving up just means killing yourself or something. Giving up is for people who don't have hope, who don't have some kind of faith or something to hang their hat on. And I still have something to hang my hat on. That's for sure. This is more about trying to process what boils down to a new world order, a new way of things. I heard somebody call it a new normal, is what it is. Because we're in a situation right now where, what about the next time? Or when's this thing going to be over? You know, how long are we not going to be allowed to go to sporting events? And how long is my wife not going to be allowed to leave the house to go to work? I heard somebody say in a video, Dr. So-and-so, that get used to this because it's the new normal. Last night after I got home and I started I was hanging out with Cindy. We actually were talking about some good stuff, some old comedy routines from back in the day, and it made us both laugh, and that felt pretty good, actually. And I sat down and got some work done on my model railroad, made some headway there, which was good. But after that, and the gravity of this thing continued to sink in, I ended up dispatching an email off to my team and the president of my company, and everybody involved in my division of our company, saying that I'm putting a new protocol in place at work, at my job site. And a new protocol is I've got 3 guys that sit in one office together, and there's just no way in this 8x8 or 9x9 office that they're far enough apart to prevent the spread of the virus. So I told them all that they have to split up, and I moved 2 of them out into the conference room. Sorry, boys, this is the way it's going to be. And I assigned my labor to go about 4 times a day, 4 or 5 times, wipe down all the touchable surface with some alcohol that I brought. And I brought some hand sanitizer, and I told everybody, unless a subcontractor has a reason to be in this trailer where they must be in the trailer to do something, they can't come in the trailer. We can talk to them outside and stand 6 feet apart. I mean, the thing is, I don't know who these people are. I don't know if they're bringing the bug to work with them or not. And as long as it keeps escalating, something's got to be done about it. And so that's what I did. And I sent that email off, and then I got an email from my boss saying, I wish you would have run that by me before you announced it to the whole world. Sorry, boss. I thought you'd be proud of me for the initiative that I took. Whatever. Getting in trouble for sending off something like that is the least of my concerns right now. Whatever. So the new normal, I'm just trying to process that. I went to buy some cigarettes today at the smoke shop I normally go to, or last week when I went there. I was talking to the owner, and he said, well, we're going to stay open as long as they don't come shut us down. When I pulled up today, half the front door was open, and they had their security screen thing across there to keep people from breaking into the store. And I walked up to it, and I'm like, it said mobile orders only. First of all, this little one-man smoke shop, how do you have a mobile order? I said, can I get some smokes? And the guy looked at me and realized I was one of the regulars. He goes, yeah, we'll take care of it. So I couldn't come in the store. It was bizarre. I had to tell them what I wanted, give them my debit card, have them walk over to their register, ring it back, and sign it outside. But Yeah, that's what it's about. It's just processing this, getting used to the new routine. Our lives changed seemingly overnight. The routines that we're accustomed to, the social gatherings that we're accustomed to, the work environments we're accustomed to, all out the window. And now we have to adapt to this. So it's about that. I'm not giving up. There's no need to, while I appreciate it, there's no need to tell me to hang in there and don't give up. There's nothing to give up. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna still make my videos. I'm making this one. But because of the speed I'm driving at, I'm just concentrating on the road. And I'm gonna make put out a video a week from now, not this weekend, next weekend, about the crane I'm working on. We'll see how that goes. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a how-to video with Cindy about a project I did last week. We're gonna put that on one of our channels. So I'm not giving that stuff up. There's no reason to. Why? Although I find it interesting that I would have expected, since more people are staying at home, that a byproduct of that would be viewership and things going up on my channels because people have more time on their hands. And I'm actually noticing it going down. And I think part of the reason is, since we're staying at home and you run out of things to do, all you can do is watch the news and the presidential briefings and invest your time there. It's like after 9/11, that's all anybody was talking about. That's all anybody was doing, was watching coverage. Watch that tower come down 250 times. And then the next tower. I just find that I'm not giving up on that. That's part of my existing normal I can still hold on to. Anyway, life goes on. The numbers at work are diminishing. Every day we're missing one or two people. Body count gets lower and lower. And again, today, the owner of the property sends me an email and says, we don't have enough manpower for one of the trades. How do you expect to build 2 hotels with that many guys? First thing I wanted to say, by the way, because I'm in that kind of a mood, is, hey, homie, you've delayed this job so much that what's the rush? We're going to be ready to receive all these other materials you're providing months before you can provide them. What is the hurry? Peckerhead. He really is. He's like rich boy playing hotels with daddy's money. He signs the checks. And I told him, I said, here's the deal. Even though I'm trying to convince people that the government says construction workers can come to work, there are those who are not convinced, and they're afraid they'll get in trouble with the government if they come to work, or they're afraid they're going to get sick if they come to work. I cannot force these people to come to work. I am barely going to work myself right now. It doesn't help that now we're getting reports. I was on the phone with somebody today that, I don't know if it's true, I don't know how to validate it. It's the kind of rumors that get out there that the state of Washington and the state of Texas, through law enforcement, is going to enforce the stay-at-home order. Some kind of paper you have to get, or placard you have to get, and if you don't have it on your vehicle, they can pull you over. And if you can't prove that you're an essential worker, I don't know if it's they arrest you, they just give you a ticket or something. Seems like a whole lot of people and a whole few police officers to pull that off. But anyway, this is just processing. This isn't giving up. This is just processing what the new world order is going to look like. Because Because even if it starts tapering off, it'll rear its ugly head again. Or they say that this came from a bat, and it jumped to human, and then from human to human. They say these little bats, they do this stuff all the time. So until we eliminate all the bats, I guess we'll have another viral outbreak at some point. So I'm just trying to process all of that, just like everybody else is. I don't need cheering up any more than any of you do, but I'm no less fearful than any of you are. But there's one thing that I do know, is that I do have hope and I do have faith, but in the American people, not in the government, but in the people. Because Americans have been through some time, and it's in our DNA to bounce back and fight an enemy superior to us, that outnumbers us, that outguns us, and we come out victorious. It's the American spirit. It's just what we do. So, you know, whatever with the government and all their plans, I don't much have any confidence there, but I do have confidence in the people of this country. And it's that hope and that faith in some kind of a future that helps me just keep going one day at a time until we see what's next. But I'm not giving up.